What's the crack, lads? Welcome back to the Mississippi State Bulldog Dynasty here on College Football 26. I'm, of course, DFG, and it's been a bit quiet on the channel as of late. Just been busy trying to get back into the swing of things, and stuff, and just didn't have a chance to really record or to edit. So getting back into it here today. Looking forward to seeing how our Mississippi State Bulldogs can do this season after reaching the conference championship last year and losing to the Georgia Bulldogs, and of course the what I like to call the Bulldog Bowl. But we lost. It's a new season, and we start at home against Boise State. So looking forward to that and seeing how we get on here today. Looking into the team this year, it's not as strong as it was last year. That is one thing I will say. I think we lost a lot of good players. For one, Luke Cromenhoek, who I thought who's a star development trait quarterback who was our backup last year, didn't look good most of the times when he got in the game, and he's now been replaced. Our senior quarterback is gone. I didn't pick one up in the transfer portal, and it's probably going to hurt us. I don't think Luke Cromenhoek is great. But we'll have to see how he gets on. At running back, Colin Wilson came in, and he's a guy who I think can do a lot. I think he's done. He can be a good running back for us. He hasn't done anything. He's never featured in a game before, so we'll have to see how he gets on. He's a redshirt freshman. I think he's going to be a good player and a person to complement Xavier Gayton, who's probably going to be our third down running back this year, with redshirt freshman Miguel Chestnut being our power back. A wide receiver, we got 2 5-stars with Barack Ogokwe and George Little. Expect George Little to get some playing time here, especially in the slot. Barack Ogokwe will also be in the slot as well when he is when we go 4 wide. Both Jerron Glover and Cam Thompson are our two wide receivers, 1 and 2. One thing I want to do is make sure that George Little gets enough playing time. He should do. He's at A+ right now. Conference prestige for Barack Ogokwe. It should also be something that we should be able to keep around. So our 2 5-star recruits shouldn't be going anywhere. One of our best player actually on the entire team is Max Reese, the tight end. He's a really good player, but it looks like his deal breaker is going to be fine. It's at F. He's going to be gone next year anyway. Emeka Ilo is this backup. He's a really good blocker, so I'm really happy that he's there. He's 6'9", 267. So some 2 tight end sets that we play, he'll be in it. Our offensive line, I think, is okay. I don't think it's great, especially at the guard position. I think we're really weak there. I think we're particularly weak on the inside of the offensive line. So that's maybe where some teams might take advantage of us. I think we're decent at the tackle position, just not amazing. So we'll have to take look at that. I still think we've got a good defensive line. Tyshawn Willis is going to be our starting right edge. He's a sophomore, and our left edge is going to be Jerry Bledsoe. Defensive tackle, we've got two really good talented players in Trevion Williams and Calvin Dinkins. McClendon and Jameel Burrows will also get chances to play as well. At Sam linebacker, we've got Zachary Tillman. Devon Webster is also a really good Sam linebacker who could get some playing time depending on injuries and things like that. We then have Darian Gullett, couldn't even speak there, who I think who's a really, really good player. Earl Story is a freshman, true freshman linebacker that we brought in last year. I think he was a 5-star as well, a really good one as well. Just a quick check here. No, he was a 4-star, but Earl Story was a really good pickup for us and is currently our number 2 linebacker. So if we ever play 3-4 defense, Earl Story is going to be on the field. Just want to quickly take a look at his deal breaker there. Brand exposure. We need a C+. We have a B-, so we should be fine. Next up is the will linebacker position, where we have one of our best players, Jalen Smith. He is currently going to be the guy who's going to be out there. Brandon Clary and Guy Reese Goodman will probably get on the field a little bit, but it'll mostly be Jalen Smith. At cornerback, I do think we're pretty decent at the top two. We've got good athleticism. Javen Williams and Kelly Jones are really good. But I do think for the slot, we're kind of losing out. We've actually got a safety playing there at the moment. Even if Elijah Cannon does have a really, really um, good athleticism, I don't trust his coverage skills. Um, if you look at the ratings here, he needs to get better at both the coverage and both of his coverage skills. But he's not going to be playing in the slot anyway. And none of these players are either. But Tyler Woodard is going to be our free safety. True freshman Telvin Franks is also there. He is going to be our backup, and if Woodard gets hurt, he will be there. But Tanner Johnson then is our strong safety. How Jabrias Stewart is the backup, and the man who's going to be playing in the slot corner is Desmond Hearns. He's not particularly athletic. He's only got 84 speed or something. 84 speed, some decent acceleration and agility. But where I like him is he's got some really good coverage skills. His coverage at 71 in man coverage and 79 in zone with really good play rec and some awareness. So I do think if we're playing zone, which I probably think we will a lot this year, Desmond Hearns is probably our best option. Senior kicker Kyle Ferrick is back here again, and freshman punter in Carmelo Lester is another player there. So that is the team. We're facing off against the Boise State Broncos. Let's see how we get on in our first game this year. And the Mississippi State Bulldogs are going to start on offense. Luke Roman-Hoke in the shotgun. That's a motion. And he's going to pull it back and get immediately stopped. Wow. Jason Jackson in the backfield. Do want to get off to... I think this is a really good matchup first week to see where we're at. This time it's a run. I think it's Colin Wilson down there. Kobe Keenum has gotten hurt, so he's going to be taken out of the game for us. And now it's 3rd and 11 after a really poor start to our first drive. It could be 3 and out here unless Roman-Hoke makes a play. With the weather being the way it is, it's going to be tough. But he gets it out, and it's a good catch. It's Thompson on the outside. Did a good job there getting the first down, Roman-Hoke. Got it out quick as well. But the weather is going to affect this game here. And Colin Wilson jumps into his own defender. And that actually ends up in just a few yards. Could have been more motion. Looks like it's going to be another run. It is. Colin Wilson not going anywhere. Would like us to get something on this drive, if anything. It's going to be a low-scoring game, I would think, with the weather. Now we're going to throw on 3rd down. Roman-Hoke. It's almost intercepted. Kobe Keenum out once again with hurt. Obviously, he was left the game, came back. He's hurt again. And that will end our first drive. Right, so the Boise State Broncos now get their first drive. They're going to start with a run, and it's a gash right up the middle. Got into the secondary. Braylon Russell on a 12-yard run to start the game. Luckily, our safeties were able to come down and make the play, but after 12 yards, we expect them to run it again, and they will. He breaks through the line, but not much. Got hit in the backfield there. Not quite sure who made that play, but good job doing so. And now it's 2nd and 9. They dump it off in the flats, and that's just a drop there. Now it's 3rd and 9. Get away with that one, though. I don't think he would have made much yardage. We had players rushing to the ball, and that one's behind. So a really poor first drive by both teams in the rain. Not surprising, as I said, given the conditions, but it's a decent punt, actually. And we'll see how we get on. Interception. Jalen Webb just intercepted us. So Roman-Hoke we got off to a really good start. And now there's an interception. Looks like it's going to be a really sloppy game. That's another 3 and out for them. And they're going to have to punt it away. George Little picked up his first reception there. And we're on a little bit of a run here. Some really nice throwing plays. That's a poor rush there. George Little picks up his second one as we move in within about the 35. Another 1 yard run. And we fumble it. Great opportunity. And he recovered it for 70 yards. So now it just looks like they're going to get at least something on this play. That's a good 25-yard reception to start the drive for Boise State. Fullback getting involved here. 4-yard rush. Incomplete. And there's a touchdown. Braden Pegan for the Boise State Broncos. And they make the extra point despite the penalty. 3rd and 14, we hit a 30-yard reception to Jerron Glover. Got a second one on this drive there. And there's another interception. That's the second interception by Luke Cromenhoek today. So now Boise State are on offense. They've already scored a touchdown on us, so we want to do something better. They're going to keep it here as we come down and make the tackle. A really good one there in an open field. Really enjoyed when our cornerbacks can make those plays. Here's Braylon Russell as he gets some yardage and some space after some patient running. Boise State, I think, are in and around where we would kind of be. They're 23rd in the nation. Already won a game this year. They're going to throw it over the middle, and it's going to be first down. As Madsen has already got a touchdown here today. Looks like they're running the ball here on 1st and 10. And they are, and we get there. Good job by our defensive line there. One of our defensive tackles, which I hyped up, as they now screen and they get to the outside, but not the first down. Madsen once again makes a play here on 2nd down. Now they've got 2 out wide on the left-hand side, but they're going to run it, and it's going to be a stop for us. So 4th and 2, they're going to punt it away, and we get the ball back again. As they pin us inside the 20. For I think every time we've got the ball, they've pinned us inside the 20. Right, Luke Cromenhoek. Let's see what he can do here as we go with a fullback here on the first play of the drive, and it's a run. And it's off to the left-hand side of the line. Great job. It's Jalen Webb who makes that tackle. But we get a very good first down on our first play of the day. Cromenhoek, and he gets pressured immediately off the Boise State left-hand side as we were trying to set up a screen. And we're going to run it here again. 4 yards. Now we're going 5 wide. George Little and Barako Gokwe more than likely in the formation here. We might look George Little's way. Good catch, but he drops it. That was, I think, the running back, Colin Wilson. Don't take me there, because I might not 100% of the numbers just yet. As we punted away, great punt and good coverage by the coverage team. Xavier Gayton getting us off to a good start with a good run. Run the ball twice now with Colin Wilson. But there's a 3rd down conversion. And there's a 24-yard rush there for Wilson. Colin Wilson got a 24-yard rush. Now let's see what we can do here on the 15-yard line. Our first chance. I think it's the first time in the red zone here today, as we could possibly get this level before the half. Quick throw out, and that's going to be tackled very quickly. 2 interceptions for Cromenhoek today. Not what we want to see as we hit the 2-minute warning. Now we've got 4 wide here. 2nd down and 8. And we're going to throw it. Time almost runs out. He comes back for the ball there. And we will be able to get it into a pretty good situation. 3rd down and 3. And we're going to fake it. Kromenhoek's got blockers. I don't think he got there. They put the timeout there. Didn't say if he got it. They say that he didn't even gain a yard there when he clearly did. Obviously, the forward momentum was stopped when he wasn't tackled. We'll take the 3 points, but the Broncos now have an opportunity to go 2 scores ahead if they can get get a touchdown here with 1 minute and 44 seconds left. So let's hope the coverage team can do a good job here. Not too bad, though he did get past the 26. So we're going to see the rest of this quarter. 7-3 in bad weather. Not surprising, it's low scoring. They're going to start with a run, but we've got players back there, but he breaks a tackle. Eventually gets taken down. That was number 92. Again, not sure of the numbers quite yet. Probably should have written them down, which I will for the next episode. Great tackle in the backfield as we get a loss, and we're actually going to take a timeout there as they have now a 3rd down and long. And they're going to throw it. And they're going to check it down, but we've got enough players there to make sure that they don't get the 1st down. So we've actually got a chance now to get the ball back and 1 minute and 3 seconds to go down the field and a timeout. So not terrible. Good defensive play. It's a good punt though. And that's George Little there, number 1. As we come out in the shotgun formation, Luke Kromenhoek not had the greatest of days here today. And they are going to throw it, and it's a screen. And it's for a decent gain, 6 yards. We're going to hurry it up now. And we're actually playing 4 wide here. Could be even 5 wide. I think they've actually put the running back out in formation. Kromenhoek. Time's running out, gets it away, but it's caught! And I think that's Barako Gokwe who picked up that catch there. Not 1000% sure, though. But he is receiver number 4. And I think that's who picked it up. Now it's a run. Colin Wilson, 5 yards. The clock keeps running. We go into hurry up. I'm not really a huge fan. Now we're on 5 wide again. We're going to throw it. And time running out, but he gets it away. That was George Little. Kromenhoek actually throwing all over this Boise State defense. But not picking up any touchdowns. These 2 interceptions. That's a spike, and now we're in the 30, just inside the 40-yard line. And we're going to throw it again. He's going to dump it off to Colin Wilson, and he's going to get tackled. 3rd and 5, and they didn't use the timeout, so we actually don't get the kickoff. Great job, guys. Anyway, we actually did a pretty good job there. They've actually not done as good as us when it comes to moving the football. We've just not been able to put it into the end zone yet. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll see what we do in our first drive in the second half and go from there. Boise State started off with a screen. Not much room, about 3 yards. Now they're in the I formation. Got a full back in, and they're going to run it with the full back. He's got a few touches today, but nothing much there either. And this time they're going to throw it. 3rd and 6, and they get enough to the tight end. And now they've got a new set of downs. You know, in the R formation again. They will run it this time, but we've got enough players there. As we stop them on 1st down. That's 2nd and 10. They get a few yards here. They're going to fake the rush, and right away our defender is there. Not quite sure who that was. Should have. It's one of our outside linebackers. I know that. As they're going to. And we get there. That's the first sack of the day. And we get to end their drive with a sack. And it's Tyshun Willis. Bledsoe was there as well. We got some good pressure on that drive. And they're going to punt it away now. The throw there on the slant. That's 7 yards for Croman Hook. Croman Hook has thrown the ball well. Like, I mean, we're getting good yardage on our passing, but it's just we can't get in the end zone as he keeps it here and runs straight into the defender and tried to shuttle that to George Little, I believe, but it counts as an incomplete pass because it was a forward pass. Weird one there, but Colin Wilson now is going to get the rush and he's going to get to the outside and he's going to get the first down. So, or that was actually Xavier Gayton. Wilson was number 22. That could have been 28. I'm not 1,000% sure. And we're running it again, and it's tackled. Not anything in that one. That was Wilson. And now we're throwing it. Croman Hook. Quick one to George Little. George Little has gotten some. He's gotten some targets here in this game. Now we're running off tackle again. Tries to break it up, and we don't get the first down. I'd like for them to go for it here. They do. 4th down and 1 on the 31. So that's a full yard to go, and they're going to try and run for it. And I thought he should have just put the head down, and he didn't. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Tyshawn Willis will get us off the field again. Sack number 2 for Willis. As time ran out pretty quickly there for Boise State Broncos. And the Bulldogs get their second sack of the day. Just fighting Bledsoe's there as well, and that's who pushes him out there. And Willis is able to go chase him down. And here's a run. We get a first down with it. That was about 14, 15-yard run. I think it was Colin Wilson. I'm pretty sure Colin Wilson is number 22. So I've seen Xavier Gayton at number 22. I'm all kinds of confused now. We're running the ball again. That's 2 yards. No, Xavier Gayton is number 22. So what number is... I haven't seen Wilson at all in the game then. Maybe they just have the same number. I'll have to wait. I'm going to have to take a look at that. Good run there again. Now it's 3rd and 2. Probably going to run the ball again, which we haven't done well on 3rd down today. But running the ball in this weather is the way to go. They keep it with Croman Hook, and he's actually going to get there. First down for us, as we are now on the 32. They're going to run the option, and that one's just not a good idea as they blow up the play. Now it's 2nd down and 13. They fake the run. Time's running out. Croman Hook's trying to get out of there, and he can't. And it's a sack, and the first one for Boise State today. And a pretty good one as well at the time. As we're now 3rd and 17. We need to make a big play. Jazon Jacks went off the field earlier with an injury. As he fights through the double team, Croman Hook eventually gets pushed towards him. And he gets the sack. A really good play by the Broncos. And now we're going to go 5 wide, I think. Try and get this first down. But they're going to let the clock run down. 7-3 going into the 4th quarter. We're throwing it. We're going deep. And it's batted away. So we're going to have to punt it away now. Even though we're inside the 40. But they probably sacked us out of field goal range. That's not a very good punt. Boise State starting to run down the clock, I should say. That one was blown up, but they've had a few good plays with Russell where he's gotten, 6, 8, 9, 10 yards the last few drives. And here he goes, and he's in the open field, and this could finish it for us. We do have a defender there that stops him, but they're inside the red zone's goal to go now. Braylon Russell on the run. As I just said, he broke off some runs earlier in the drive that looked like they were going to break out, and just as I say it, he hits one for 39. And this is probably going to be the drive here that probably separates them. But they need a touchdown to make sure that it's a 2-score game with just under 8 minutes left to go. They're going to run the ball again, but that one's blown up. Jalen Smith gets hurt on the play. And they're going to run the option. Nowhere to go there as we blow that up as well. I think they may have gained 2 yards. And it's going to be thrown outside, and it's broken up. So they're going to have to take the field goal. And they haven't kicked one yet today, as far as I'm aware. And it's more than likely going to end up a 10-3 game, and indeed it is. So here in the rain, 10 points is the mark. Just over 7 minutes left, and Mississippi State need to get a touchdown if we want to level it up. They've actually got it all the way down to the 31, so this is probably going to be at least another field goal to get the 2-score lead. And they're definitely trying to run the ball a lot more in this second half, and they've done a good job with it too. Now this particular sequence, they haven't, only getting 5 yards on 2 plays, but they ran a lot. They threw once, which got them some good yardage, but I honestly thought the defense was doing well in the first half. It looked really good. There's a good stop as well, but like I know he's gaining something like 4.1 yards a carry. 4.2 actually. But the kick is up, and the kick is good. So now they have that 2-score lead. So we need Luke Kromenhoek to do something. I've not been a particular fan of the play calling so far. They've ran the ball a lot. I know we've had some success doing that, but we've passed the ball really well today. And I would like for the last 2 minutes and 27 seconds to only pass the ball. As Little gets caught again, so it doesn't get us much room on the return. Now let's see what Luke Kromenhoek has got. Throw, caught, first down. Okay, we need more of that. Going spreading them way wide here. And Kromenhoek's got time, and he's going to get a catch there by, I think that was the tight end. You can see there, Luke Kromenhoek, 256 yards today, just no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. So really, the turnovers is what are killing us here. Boise State didn't really move the ball all that well until they got their 2 scoring drives in the second half. There's a good run by Luke Kromenhoek on the draw. I really like that play call there, but he didn't get the first down. Now we're going to throw it, and he gets the ball out really quick, and that's a first down. Going to run out of time here. It's going to be tough to be able to get anything back here on Boise. Get that ball out. Good play. That's first down. We're going to have to touchdown, recover the onside, and touchdown again for us to win the game. Faking it. That's broken up. Do like that we've passed the ball a lot. Even if we did start the run with a quarterback draw, that's a 3-yard gain here on the screen, as we're now 3rd and 7. We're in 4th down territory here, so it doesn't really matter. And he's going to run out of time here. Yeah. Second sack of the day for Boise State. Great job by the Boise State Broncos. And we need to get back in position. We're going to throw the ball again. 4th and 18 for all the marbles. Throws it up, batted away. Great job, Boise State. And that should be it. They're going to kneel it out. Good job, Boise State. Mississippi State is going to start their season with a loss. And that's a shame. So a pretty disappointing start with the weather. We weren't able to conjure much offense in terms of scoring, but in terms of our actual yards, we actually did really, really well. 110 yards on 35 rushes, and we had 5.7 yards per play, significantly better than theirs. We just couldn't get the ball into the end zone, and we had 3 turnovers, a fumble, and 2 interceptions, and that just can't happen. But like, you can't really be disappointed with the yardage. It's just the 2 interceptions. 69% completion rate is fine, but would have liked more, him to limit the mistakes in terms of rushing the ball. Xavier Gayton. Okay, so Colin Wilson is 26. My bad. So Gayton actually got most of the runs, and he actually did a good job. Colin Wilson ended up getting hurt early on in the game, so that's why he didn't feature that much. We'll have to take a look at that. But Gayton was I thought was pretty good. He got some good runs, and we shared the ball a lot. Little, Glover, Thompson all got 6 receptions. Even Baraka and Gokwe got some receptions. So it's not like we weren't throwing the ball. Defensively, we got 2 sacks. Tyshawn Wilson, they gave Jure Bledsoe a half a sack. Darian Gullett had 4 tackles for loss. And they kept themselves clean, and we didn't. So that's really the difference today. But not the greatest start for the season, but nonetheless, that's the way it starts and that's the way it ends. 13-3 to Boise State. They go 2-0, we go 1-1. So that is the way the cookie indeed crumbles. Week 2, Marshall is our next game, so we should probably end up beating them, but you never say never. We are at home again. Let's hope we can get another win, or our first win even of the season here, against Marshall. So it is a win here against Marshall, 31-21. It was actually a pretty close game. We were actually down in the third quarter. We were up by 3 points. Sorry, misread that there, but it was a close game, 17-14 in the third, but we would end up getting the win in the end. As 2 more interceptions for Luke Kromenhoek. He is not doing a good job. Only 51% completion, running the ball. To be honest, we didn't do a great job with that either. Miguel Chestnut getting some good average there, but the rest of them not really great, as of course we have an injury. Receiving, Jerron Glover did a good job. He had 7 for 74. Emeka Ilo got 2 for 33. No more touchdowns. If we look back at the rushing, there were 2 running touchdowns for Miguel Chestnut, so really good to see that. Defensively, any sacks here? No. Any interceptions? Just the one. Javen Williams gets 1, so pretty good. Tackles for loss, not many. McClendon, Dinkins, and Kelly Jones were the 3. Going back to our receiving here, Ogakwe got 2, George Little got 1, so not many of the new guys contributing here, but didn't have the greatest of games, even though we scored 31 points. Really, really poor return from our offense. Even though we had 102 rushing yards, we scored 4 touchdowns. One of them must have been the defensive touchdown, but yeah, we did not play well, even though we won that game. So a little bit, concerning here to start the season. Week 3, we face Texas Tech. That's a tough game for us to play. Not quite sure if I feel like we're going to win that one. They're 11th in the top 25, and It's going to be a tough game. So let's see what we get on. We do have to travel to Texas too, so it's not going to be easy. I told you it was going to be tough, and indeed it was. We lost 28-14 to Texas Tech and really put in another poor performance on offense as we only threw the ball 29 times and only completed 13 of those for 140 passing yards. Did some good rushing, but didn't get any touchdowns. We got 2 touchdowns throwing the football, so really weird one here. Croman Hoke actually was clean for once. Had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, but as I said, had a really poor completion percentage. Rushing the football, Xavier Gayton had a really good game, 101 yards on 15 carries. Well done to him. In terms of the throwing the football, George Little got his first touchdown as a true freshman. Emeka Ilo also got a touchdown. He's actually been pretty good as tight end number 2, even as a pure blocker. Cam Thompson has had the most had the most at the receptions. He had 5. Barack Ogokwe also got 1 as well. Defensively, 11 tackles for Tyler Woodard. A very good job by him. Tackles for loss, Jalen Smith and Kai McClendon. They also got a half a sack each as well. We also picked up an interception from Tanner Johnson. So not too bad, but we would have liked to have beaten them. Unfortunately, we didn't, and we're out of the top 25 now, and we go to Illinois, who are in the top 25. So tough, tough, tough week for us here again. Our out of conference play is always going to be difficult. This is the last one that we're going to have in this video. The last game. We will then look at recruiting briefly, and that will be the video. So let's see how we get on in our last game before we go into conference play. Before I do that, I did want to just take a quick peek at our injuries, and I found out why Mika Ilo is getting so much playing time. Max Reese is hurt. A torn labrum. He's out for 2 more weeks. Trevion Williams is also out at defensive tackle. He's out for another 6 weeks. And Colin Wilson got a foot fracture. He's only got 1 more week left. So good few injuries here. 2 on offense, 1 on defense. So our best player, in fact, Max Reese, he is hurt. So that's obviously a big reason why we're struggling. But we'll have to wait and see how we get on, and we'll go from there. But we'll see how we get on in the next game, and we'll see how we can attack conference play, which we didn't. I think we went 1-3. Was it 1-3? Could have been 2-2, or we went into conference play last year. We did so well in the conference, so we'll have to wait and see. Our defense is definitely better than our offense, and our offense has let us down so far this season. But we'll have to wait and see. Let's see how we get on against Illinois. You want to show teams that you may have had a tough schedule to start the season, but you're ready for conference play. This is how you do it. Illinois, we went to Illinois and destroyed them 48-20, with Luke Cromanhook probably putting up his best game so far as a starter. We had 4 touchdowns on running. We had 2 while passing. 11-16 on third down. Just really good play there for us. 2-0 there for Luke Cromanhook. 307 yards. Back on track after a tough start to the year. Luke Cromanhook ran all over them as well. Great job. The actual running game was really poor, but Miguel Chestnut has got like 5 touchdowns through 4 games because he's had 2 multi touchdown rushing games. George Little, 100 receiving yards. No touchdown for him, though. That went to the other 5-star recruit wide receiver from Mississippi, Baraka Ogokwe. Jaron Glover got the other one. So we've actually done a really good job getting George Little into the fray here early in his career. And he sacks just the 1 for Chyshawn Willis. That's, 2.5 so far this year. Good return out of him. No interceptions for this game. So pretty good return there. So here is the recruiting. This is the last thing we will look at in this video. As you can see, lots of 4 stars. Of course, now we can get 5-star with us being a 3.5-star prestige team. Now the rules have changed. We can now get 5-star players from our home states, and so from the home state, and so that would be either a platinum or a gold pipeline, and then 4 stars it can be from a silver pipeline. 3 stars, of course, bronze pipeline, and the no pipeline, we can actually get 2 stars now. It also allows us to get 3 star guys in the transfer portal. That'll obviously be in the off season. But this is what we have. My top guy was DeAndre Lutman. I'm not going to go into too much detail into these guys because we haven't got them yet, so I don't really want to talk too much about them. But there are two guys that I want to bring up. The first one you can see right here, Gordon Peppers. He was the quarterback that I had picked to be the next quarterback for us to come in next year. He's got throw power. His accuracies are really nice from day one. The only thing I do have a problem with him is his break sack. But he was 6'4", 215. I thought he was a perfect player to bring in from Arlington, Texas, and unfortunately, he's decided to go to Alabama, which is a huge loss for us. He was supposed to visit this week, but never got to that point. We're going to keep him on the board for the time being, but he was the guy I wanted to go for. There are a lot of players here that I have a lot of interest in. Just want to take a quick look as to what that is. Okay, that's fine. There's a lot of players I'm putting a lot of points into. 700 points to go for. The one player I want to actually show you that is interests me. We need a kicker, so I'm going after Adrian Parker. The one guy I wanted to show you guys, and the reason I want to show you him is because he's really interesting. Amari Hogue is a wide receiver gadget player. He's 5'11", 187. Now, if you look at his things here, they're not really all that great. 86 speed, short route, medium routes, deep routes, they're fine. His catching's not great. His catching traffic is very good. But if you look at that last stat there, he's got 84 in throw power. I've never seen that before. It's really funny. It's a really fun little skill to have. I'm really interested in how good he could be as a quarterback. So I'm kind of half tempted to bring him in, which is why I am recruiting him at the moment. I've given him a scholarship as well. I'm only putting in 5 points. He's not really accepting this, but I did give him a scholarship. I might put in a little bit more hours once I kind of get more of the guys here. Like I've got Parker and stuff now, so I probably will put in a little bit more points into him. But yeah, he's just a really interesting guy at the moment. I don't know why that's even a thing. Texas looks to be the guys who are looking at him, but they're not really recruiting him all that much. So just an interesting prospect that I wanted to bring you guys up. But that's all we have time for today. We start off this season 2-2 in a pretty rough out of conference schedule. We get back into the top 25 as well, which is like something I forgot to mention, as we will face Oklahoma in our first conference game this year, and it will be at home at the Davis Wade Stadium. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one, and hopefully it won't be much of a wait as the last one. But thanks, guys. Appreciate all of you, and have a great day.